未来洗联储还 HDO 洗币会别人抢着来成为国家流通的货币。接下来被国家认可、主权认可、主权流通，甚至大的这招之地控制的金融集团流通，它是一定会发生的。
Hello, everyone. This is Crypto News, episode 27. I'm Chu007.
And I'm Lily.
Welcome to our show. Okay. We're the citizens of new federal state of China. Our mission is to take down the evil CCP. Lily, please make a business announcement.
Well, first, we just have our disclosure statement. This is not a financial advice. This is purely for educational and personal educational purposes. It only reflects our personal opinion on crypto-related topics. And whether you buy or sell, please do your own research. And we are here just for discussion. And I would like to take you through our weekly program, which we run on Sunday at
what is
at 9 at Beijing time 9, and then at 12 Sydney time, and 8 p.m. New York time. Thank you. Please like, subscribe our program. Thanks.
Thank you, Lily. I would like to ask you a question. What is KYC? What is KYC?
Well, KYC basically stands for Know Your Customer. It is identification check on when you open account of any kind. We have it with our banks. Basically, they just want to make sure that you're a real person at the time of opening any financial related accounts. They want to know who you are and what kind of background, and if your financial resources is clean. And very importantly, proper KYC should have a revisit of checks on regular basis, for example, annually. And back to you, 007. Can you share with us what are the KYC requirements?
Sure. Thank you, Lily. To meet the KYC requirements, customer must provide proof of identity and addresses, such as ID card verification, face verification, and biometric verification, and or documents verification. Examples of KYC documents include a passport, driver license, or utility bill. Right, that's requirements. Number one, and then Lily, director, why is KYC required? Why?
Well, the KYC required is to address the most prominent concern topic that every government is on, that is anti-money laundering. In the financial system, it's very important that the system is kept clean, is fraud. And also, with the increase in technology, we also have hackers attacking the financial system. So KYC policies ensures that only legitimate users can utilize the cryptocurrency services and making digital transactions more secure. I guess down to one word is the word integrity. Integrity. Okay. So that brings us to our Himalaya exchange. What is the KYC process of Himalaya exchange? Over to you, 007.
Okay, thanks, Lily. So here we're talking about the KYC of Himalaya Exchange. Basically, it follows the KYC standard of verifying customer identity at the time of account opening and on an ongoing basis. So both account opening and ongoing basis KYC. Himalaya Exchange complies to AML, which is anti-money laundering requirements, which have all regulators processes to reduce the risk of fraud, control money laundering and financial crimes. So Director Change Marks. And also, now we're going to go into what is the Grayscale funding. We're going to change the topic now. Please see in our screen. Okay. Grayscale funding is a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, DCG. Digital Currency Group, or DCG, is a venture capital firm focused on the digital currency market. It was founded in 2015 by Barry Silbert, who was previously the CEO of Second Market Inc. Okay. And then, all right, he began investing the blockchain technology companies in 2013. Shortly after the sales of Second Market, Barry Silbert founded DCG. The genesis of and Grayscale became the first subsidiary of the company. Grayscale Fund was founded in 2013 as a digital currency asset management company. It became the world's largest manager of the digital currency assets in November 2019, with 2.7 billion in assets under management. And further, Grayscale Fund also manages Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, short GBTC, which was one of the first publicly quoted securities to be invested in the entirely at the price of Bitcoin when it was launched in 2013. And Grayscale Fund's 4 funds are publicly traded on the OTCQX. While the fund traded in GBTC, they were approved for public trading by the Funding Industry Regulatory Authority in 2019. So,
thank you, 007. And now we're just going to take you through the timeline events from 2017 to 2022. The way Grayscale has expanded. Obviously, it's a very big fund. And the name of it is Gray. I personally don't quite like the name, I guess. But anyway, in 2017, the Grayscale launched 2 more cryptocurrency funds holding Ether Classic and Zcash. And the following year, the launch another 4th cryptocurrency fund, which is called the Digital Large Cap Fund, in short, GDLC, holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash. And in 2019, it started public trading in 2019 October as trading as a Bitcoin investment fund reporting to the SEC in 2020. It files financial disclosure statement as required, like the Form 10Q and annual Form 10K. In 2021, the firm expanded and added Solana Trust to its portfolio. Solana Trust, this is the 16th such fund it has managed. In 2021, the firm had more. The firm says that it has 50 billion in assets under management. That is a lot of money and a very quick expansion. In 2022, the Grayscale launched ETF traded on exchanges in the UK, US, Italy, Germany, and tracks the Bloomberg Grayscale Future Finance Index, consisting a mix of asset managers, exchanges, brokerage firms, and cryptocurrency miners. As of November 2022, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust holds one of the largest shares of Bitcoin, reportedly 643,572 Bitcoin with a value of $10.6 billion, or the equivalent of 3% of the Bitcoin currently held.
Thank you, Lily. And how GBTC works. GBTC raises money using the US dollars from institutional investors and uses this fund to buy Bitcoins directly. These Bitcoins are stored in the Grayscale fund, which essentially makes the Grayscale institution rather than its investors the actual owner of the Bitcoin. You can then buy shares of GBTC and indirectly own the Bitcoins. Couldn't believe how they scale the business like this. Since 2015, when Grayscale becomes a publicly traded fund, various investors had injected a large amount of cash into the GBTC by buying Grayscale shares during the bull cycle. Grayscale has used the money to purchase an increasing amount of Bitcoins. Next. Lily.
Oh, I thought this is supposed to be your
Oh, yeah, continues.
your
Yeah.
slide.
Second part, Lee, sorry. I'm going to continue with the second part. What are the premiums and discounts for GBTC stocks? Well, I think next time we can make the slide wording a little bit bigger for our viewers. Now I can see when you buy or sell GBTC stock, the trust does not immediately buy or sell Bitcoins with your investment. This is where the concept of premiums and discounts come into play. And understand this concept is essentially if you want to understand how GBTC works. Let's say the Grayscale Trust has about 500,000 Bitcoins, which were purchased by shareholders. Then income 5 investors, each buying 1,000 Bitcoins of GBTC stock. This purchase will increase the overall value of the trust by increasing the numbers of Bitcoins held by GBTC investors compared to the number of Bitcoins owned by the Grayscale as an institution. This is because GBTC will not immediately use the new investment to purchase 5,000 Bitcoins. This means that the demand for GBTC shares is greater than the supply of Bitcoin, BTC. In this case, the trust adds a premium to the value of BTC. Anyone who want to buy GBTC shares must pay a premium on top of the value of the shares. I wonder why people would do this. Okay, we can talk about that, of course. Similarly, if a group of investors sell the GBTC stocks holdings, and new investors will receive a discount. This volatility means that you must buy BTC at a different price than if you were to buy it directly from the exchange. This is why the share prices of GBTC is different from the actual value of BTC. Finally, you can only buy and sell GBTC shares during stock market opening hours, unlike the Bitcoin spot trading, which you can do it at any time.
Thank you, 007. Obviously, what you have shared raised a lot of alarm for a sort of a clear-minded investor. And also the inflexibility of the way it operates does not put investor in an advantage. The institution, it's have more power over the investors itself. Let's look at the pros and cons of investing in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. First of all, the advantage of investing in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the cold storage. For security reasons, the cold wallet is more secure, and crypto exchanges wallets are prone to hackers and scams. At the same time, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust charge a management fee to secure its Bitcoin holding in its cold storage, preventing hacking. Secondly, the audits of Bitcoin investment fund, there are regulations that the investment fund are audited, and they file audit reports with the SEC to prove that it has the actual Bitcoin and owns them. Of course, the investor have to pay for this service as well. So I guess it's a peace of mind for the investors. Thirdly, is the tax benefit. Investor can receive tax deduction when purchasing in these trust funds, especially investment through the 401k account or with the IRA. So making it easier for the investor from tax perspective is a very big incentive. Of course, everything has two sides. The disadvantage of investing in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is
not suitable for small investors.
Yeah, next slide, please. You're moving a disadvantage. Okay, it's not suitable for small investors. Grayscale Bitcoin Fund charge a 2% annual rate. And when the demand is high, the way it operates, investors have to pay a premium. So it's not suitable for small investors when your investment is below $50,000. Only those with assets or financial investment above this $50,000, I think the cost benefit weighs up. The second is the way it operates. The mode of operation is you don't actually own any Bitcoin. You only own a value of the fund. You only share the value of the fund. You can never exchange your shares of investment for actual Bitcoin. In fact, it's the Grayscale Trust that owns the private key to the Bitcoin of your share. Thirdly, of course, this is the ever-widening performance gap of Grayscale Bitcoin Fund shares. It's not growing at par with the underlying assets. You didn't have to pay a premium. You still wouldn't earn as much by buying a share as you would by owning the Bitcoin outright. For example, in 2020 to 2021, the value of Grayscale Bitcoin Fund grows by 220%, while the value of Bitcoin grew by 340%. So there is a difference of 120% that the investors are losing out. Fourthly, this is the most worrying as an investor. It refused to share proof of reserve. On November 19, 2022, Grayscale Fund say it will not share its proof of reserve with clients for security reasons. I think it is unfounded, despite global panic over the FTX scandal. This has sparked public outrage over the company's future. So, 007.
Yeah, I just
The
want to have
Grayscale
it.
funds,
Yeah.
what do you think of the way it operates? Do you think it's a reliable operation?
No, because the point that once you buy the company share, you never own any Bitcoin. So you actually just bought the company share. Okay, so you don't own any Bitcoin, and the supposedly tax benefits and been a trust and so on. All those setup is just just think about it. Why should you take your pants off before you do a fart? I mean, this is extraordinary, unwanted steps. You should direct by the Bitcoin. Yes, we know someone hacker will hack into it. Okay, but the thing is, you choose wallet to avoid the situation. Okay, not to be. It's considered how much money. $50,000 is US is a 1 year wage of every individual investors after taxes in the United States, I assume. So I think this is to me, that's why they call it gray. Gray, it's like a gray area, gray 50-degree gray. It triggers a movie that we watched before about a financial tycoon, young guy, had some kind of sexual play taste, and a young woman then involved and so on. So it's a gray area, Grayscale. So the name, I think it's very creative, I must say. Okay, reflect the image very well, probably trigger into a ultimately sex sales experiences, emotions for the investors. Imagine thinking it's like a fantasy. But one of the most dangerous things is because you don't own actually Bitcoin, so the company can buy the Bitcoin, and then what? They can use that as a piggyback, like FTX did, just loan that out again, or buy and then get a credit for themselves. Always a few companies, so you can't track very clearly. So, for example, Lily, you're the ones on the gray fund, okay, GBTC stocks and so on. Then you design that. So when the investor come in, bought your shares, and you go buy a Bitcoin, okay. So who owned the Bitcoin? I don't know, but the company. So the company under whoever the name, that is an asset. They can use that asset to get a big leverage loan from what? From other digital, crypto banks or like funds. That's where the problem is. So they're all algorithm-backed, asset, which is the most unstable asset. If exposure to customer in the market negatively. Okay, this is what I think is going to happen. What do you think, Lily?
Well, obviously, the way the company operates, there's a lot of room for manipulation, the way I see it, and the advantage and disadvantage slides, we compare the advantages and the disadvantages. Clearly, the disadvantages outweigh the advantage of investing in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. But then again, compare it to our Himalaya exchange. Our exchange is annually audited, and our reserve is verified and confirmed with one-to-one linkage, our stablecoin HTO to USD. I think independent in any financial investment, independent audit and public market trust transparency is vitally important, because if there's anything gray or murky, they must have something to hide to make it gray and murky. When it's transparent, clean cut, and seamless operation, that is where the confidence comes. Financial investment is the mirror of confidence in any company, operations, and institutes, and it applies the same with financial institution. Let's look at what our founder, the new Federal State of China founder and the brainchild of Himalaya Exchange, Mr. Miles Guo, has to say. Please play the video.
区块链本身就是100%不可篡改，区块链反洗钱系统，美联储将是第一个推出的，而且是根据美欧法制定。全世界的数字货币都得用我美联储来验证这个系统，我要一统江湖。你客户的钱完全不在我这儿，是一个完全独立的第三方金融和半政府绝对全球最相信的认证机构。我们现在美联储是唯一一个像未来征信、评级、金融、税务、反洗钱合在一体的第三方承担一个机构，就所有我们占的这个钱全都拖到那儿去，由他指定的银行，他在一个监管规则下，我们没有任何权利动。除了他买币进币，我们没有任何权利啊！美联储创造世界上第三方全球政府、税务、评级、征信部门和金融部门都相信的第三方监管，就所有的钱都在第三方。所有未来的区块链，只要是在网络上，都不是安全。网络本身就不安全。全世界未来最有价值的、就绝对安全的区块链，一定不是在互联网上。先生，天空卫星存储区块链独立通信存储系统，没有任何人可以拿走。只要是打上卫星，区块链的存储和整个最后的交易点在天上，你怎么能偷走我的区块链？你偷走我也能给你拿回来。洗币所有的热钱包在天上，冷钱包咱天下最安全。
Oh wow, what a video!
Was so exciting. Okay, so Miles Guo emphasizes on the 3 points for the future digital currencies. Most important points of the future digital currency are is that the anti-money laundering. As long as you convince the sovereign nations that you don't launder money, you are an awesome. It requires the establishment of a blockchain anti-money laundering system that is recognized by all countries. The blockchain itself is already 100% tamper-proof, and Himalaya Exchange will be the first to launch a blockchain AML system based on the US and European law. All digital currencies in the world can be verified in the Himalaya exchange system. This is so important. All other, so we're the one, not only is the system, but we're also the regulator of the system as well. First time in the whole human history it happens. So secondly, it is a fully independent third-party custodian that is trusted by credit rating, financial, credit, and tax authorities, and it is legally regulated by government. This addresses the worldwide concerns about the misappropriation of the client's funds by exchanges. It can also be audited by any third party and be recognized by government. And the Himalaya Exchange will be the founder of a future digital currency security law. The founder of that, okay, regulation. Number three, third, it's a satellite storage in the sky. Because the future of the blockchain in the net on the network are not safe. Future not safe. The world's most valuable and secured blockchain in the future must not to be on the earth, okay? Skies at night, storage, blockchain, independent storages, well, system, and there will be what? There will be no one can take away. So I remember what Miles Gore said, that we're going to use AI technology, okay, to lead the process of our digital currency, okay, leading, well, whoever can lead the digital currency with the highest AI quantum computer technology, whoever can claim the safest asset in the world, because normal technology is outdated and the hacker would, okay, with the black forces, they would have a war on that. I think we're in a very good place. What do you think? Are you confident, Lily?
Of course, the comparison is very clear, transparent, independent, and safe. That is, we have fulfilled the basic requirement. By being safe is so safe-proof, satellite technology. I think Himalaya Exchange is the world's first. In terms of being clean, a clean system, our anti-money laundering requirements fulfills international anti-laundering law worldwide. So we'll be sure that our exchange, there won't be any sort of like dirty money coming in. Our KYC process is intact and rigid. Independence. Our funds are trusted with a third party, which can be audited, verified independently by all sources, governmental, financial, banks. So it leaves the investor very safe. We just thank Mr. Miles Gore for coming up with such a system for New Federal State of China. And yes, thank you for joining us today. And please join us next time next week. See you again. Over to you, 007.
Okay, thank you, Lily. I think we are, like what you said, like in what I said as well, then we are very excited, okay, to be part of this process of Himalaya Exchange, our HPay and so on. And it is so great. You can see now all the points there, okay, not to be needed. And we'll just see you next week. I think the Himalaya Exchange HPay is rapidly, pacing into achieving its fully operational goals. I'm very excited. We'd like to share with everyone, and please follow us for the latest crypto development and our Himalaya Exchange. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Lily.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, 90s.